All right, then. In a very vast changing world, the ability to depend on oneself and one's own resources rather than relying on others cannot be overemphasized. The wife of Ekiti State Governor, Dr. Olayemi Oyebanje, has taken this truism a step higher. She has expressed boundless delight with the impact of Adire Ekiti, a native textile art form, specifically a tie-dye method deeply rooted in Yoruba culture. The Ekiti First Lady said profound interest shown by patrons of Adire Ekiti after 1 month of introduction had been tremendous. Interest in Adire Ekiti has been pouring in from within and without, for sure. The Ekiti First Lady, Dr. Olayemi Oyebanje, is unfolding. Our Babajide Kolade Otitoju was at Adire Ekiti Hub in Ado Ekiti for an update. So we share this story with you. Let's go there.
Cultural identities are forged in the fire of time, tempered through tradition and preserved across generations. Language, music, clothing are not just expressions, they are legacies. In Ekiti State, a powerful cultural revival led by the wife of the governor, Dr. Olayemi Oyebanje, is unfolding. Among the symbols of Yoruba heritage, Adire is one fabric that tells a story. Adire, which means tie and dye, is an ancient art form born of creativity, patience, and identity. In Ado Ekiti, the capital of Ekiti State, this heritage is not only being preserved, it is being reborn. At the Adire Ekiti Hub, tradition meets innovation. I visited the Adire Hub, situated along Iworoko Road in Ado Ekiti, to discover how this magical craft is transforming lives and stitching together a brighter future.
We always use hot water to mix the dye. So after that, you come to the
Inside the Adire Hub, my eyes are captivated by the vibrant array of colors as I move through the space, taking in the thoughtful craftsmanship behind each piece of creativity.
We have t-shirts.
Yeah, for women.
Yes.
Very good designs.
And these are for
Very good designs. You see?
for men. Men's shirts.
Yeah, madam.
That?
Stay there. Okay. Can see all the designs.
These are scarves for women too.
Adire scarves.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Adire scarves.
Yeah. They're for men.
For men's shirts.
Different designs,
Men.
different prints. And it can be customized as well.
The special assistant to the wife of the governor on Adire, Remi Adefemi, said the hub is not just a production center but a place of empowerment, where skill becomes strength and tradition becomes trade. From vibrant shirts to elegant gowns, handbags to slippers, fashion items for all genders are made right here, with every piece of its own uniqueness and every pattern a cultural signature.
First Lady also trains women, young women, graduates, even men that are interested in Adire making from across the states. She has been able to train women from Ekiti Central, from Ekiti North, Ekiti South. And even there are some other persons, well-to-do Ekiti indigenes that are interested in training people from their constituency, from their place. We also bring them
send them
to train.
here
Yes,
for training.
to train them.
We used to think when it comes to Adire that it's the Abeokuta people that are really good at it.
That was the mindset before now, not until Our Excellency discovered that Adire can also be made here in Ekiti State, and she has been doing it here. And all over the world, people have been coming here to patronize and to buy what we are producing here. Yes.
Very good. As a person, I'm impressed.
Those we train.
Yes.
Are the one that making this Adire.
Okay, all these designs were by them.
Yes.
You didn't buy them from anywhere?
At all. They are here.
Wow. Where are they?
Staff are here.
The trainees.
They are now the trainers.
Come, see.
And they've been employed here.
Yes.
This one that you are wearing now, you made it yourself, have you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, madam, you do these things by yourselves.
Yes, sir.
That's very good. Very impressive. How long have you been on training? You?
I joined since the inception of the program. I was the first set.
You are in the first set. How about these people?
She is the production manager.
Okay, you are the production manager?
Yes.
Okay, that means you are also a trainer. Okay.
Yes.
Good. So you've been here since inception too?
Yes, sir.
How about these people?
Yeah, these are part of second set.
Yeah. Okay, second set.
The people we train. Part of the first set. The people we train. So after the training, we select those who are good and we train them. We call it master's class. So after that, we retain them. So if you have any work to do, we call them and do it. And Our Excellency pay them.
Thank you. Boluwatife Adedipe, a former trainee, now trainer and staff at the Hub, said the journey has been rewarding as the Adire production skills now gives her life purpose and meaning.
The Adire Hub began March 2024 last year, and I was part of the first set that was trained. I was one of the beneficiaries. We were trained, we were empowered. Working here, it's more like a corporate organization. I've been able to make a business out of it. I've been able to use my ideas, learning, budgeting, financing, marketing skills that I learned in school. I've been able to match them with this Adire business, and it's such an impactful knowledge I've gained so far.
Since its launch, the Adire Ekiti Hub has trained hundreds of indigenes, equipping them with skills and opening doors to economic freedom.
Adire Ekiti is a game changer, and I'm so grateful to her for this. Extremely capital intensive, but as of today, she has been able to train more than 5,000 people in Adire Ekiti, and she give them seed capital to start trading. So now, because the demand for the product is high, so the hub is buying from them. So when they produce, they bring it to the hub will buy and pay them money. Then she has a showroom in the hub that she displays that, and people are buying all over the country. That's what she wears too. So she's the ambassador, and that is going on very well.
To support the cultural renaissance, the Ekiti State government has declared every third Wednesday of the month as Adire Day, an official attire day to celebrate and promote local heritage. Adire is more than a fabric. It is culture, identity, and economic resilience woven into one. As Adire wraps itself around the heart of Ekiti, it is a reminder that the past is not a place to escape, but a foundation to build upon. Babajide Kolade Chitoju, Iwuroko, Ado Ekiti, Ekiti State.
Yeah, that's interesting, Adewale, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Watching Babajide's story reminds me of the late father of modern India, Indira Gandhi, who stopped second-hand clothing in India and made India become the, what do you call it, the cotton hub, production,
of cotton.
So Adire is native to Nigeria, nay, southwest.
Sure.
So taking advantage of it cannot be, is not out of the picture.
Yeah, first of all, I think what, interests me here, one of the things that interests me is that, you see, there are a lot of first ladies that you really don't hear their names, But there are first ladies that had real value to governance.
Yeah.
So I think the first lady of Ekiti State is one of such few examples, And I think it's in line with our predecessor, Arelu Bisi Fayemi.
Okay.
So I'm really glad that we don't have a first lady that just wakes up and sits down condemned to the kitchen, which is more or less our culture in this part of the country. She's out there having sleepless nights to add value, to be impactful, to let people feel the impact of governance in our own way, in our own unique way.
So I think this First Lady is a mother figure.
Sure.
So
I think I'm really impressed, by, she launched it in 2024. And I think the first set of people, we had 200 people from, Ekiti Central Senatorial District, and then it moved to other senatorial districts. So I'm talking about close to 1,000 people that have been trained, that will now earn a living from traditional textile. That, capacity building, has been given to them, to help themselves and also help the environment. And I can tell you that a lot of people now rely on this Adire as a means of livelihood. Has created jobs for them, primary jobs and then secondary jobs for those who take this Adire abroad, to go and sell, or for those who bring them to Lagos. So it's a creative economy that, derived from ancient textile culture of the Yoruba people. So I'm really very happy about what is going on. And
when I heard the Chinese had made incursions into
this is a challenge to the Chinese people, because their own is more or less, it's not original.
Okay.
It's more or less like, will I use the word inorganic, textile. But this one is original, you can, even when you have old, your dresses that you think you can throw away, you can take it to the Adire, they will make it new, give it new colors, give it new, so this is a very
shape,
great thing that the First Lady of Ekiti State is doing. And I think a lot of people are impressed that she's not just a lame duck. She's adding value to the economy, to the culture, and to the heritage of not just Ekiti people, but also to the heritage of Nigeria as a country.
Yeah. BKO, you were there, so you saw it at first hand,
Yes.
The impression will live with you for a long while yet.
Yes, and the next time I go to Ekiti, that will be the first place that I'll go to.
Okay.
You need to see
the hub.
You need to see some of the designs on this place. Extremely beautiful designs. They made shoes. They made slippers.
Oh, really?
Yes. They made handbags. They made travel bags. You need to see some of those designs. As I was moving around, I didn't know which ones to pick. So when I went there that first day, I told my CEO, Victoria Abiola Ajayi, that look, you people need to go there. So the next day, they took them there. They were on sightseeing, so they took them there. And look, they were really impressed. And we spent a lot of money buying, because you see this, someone else will bring another design to say, no, but this is better. So it means that even for carry-on bags that we take into the airplane, we can actually have Adire. A lot of the beauty, those scarves, gowns, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I see Adire in Abeokuta. I bought quite a lot. But the creativity that they put to it in Ekiti State is something that will live with me forever, because you see those handbags that they made, those shoes, the finishing was excellent. And I had to buy for myself, bought for my wife. In fact, I was looking at one of those gowns, and I said, this one was actually bought by my wife, invariably. So it's not a place that you go to that you look at those handbags. Look at those handbags. See the travel bag. See how beautiful it is. So it's not a place. When you go there, the governor's wife said she wants to use this to deepen Ekiti culture and make it another outlet for tourism.
Yeah.
As I've said to you, given how impressed I was, no, there is no day that I go to Adire Ekiti I will not want to stop there, because I know that I will see some eye-catching designs on display.
At the Adire Hub.
Yes, at the Adire Hub, So, and we need to commend her for the way she has used this to empower people and give employment to young people. And senators, like the Senate leader, Mbambele, is sending people from his own senatorial zone to come and get quality learning about how to produce Adire from
know-how.
That is, it is called teaching people how to fish.
Yeah.
And not simply giving fish to them. By the time those people settle down with the training that they've received, they can be entrepreneurs on their own. They don't need to rely on government. Yeah. They don't need handout from government. They can set up their own businesses. You know? So this is the whole idea. The feeling that we can actually give life a meaning to people who are unemployed, people who had nothing to do. That is what the governor's wife has done. Once you see those designs, you will definitely want to return to the state. Yeah. No, I mean, no doubt about it.
Adewale, you know, seeing the designs from Ekiti tells me we have all that it takes to make our lives better here. Sure. And if you don't mind, let me take us back to the meeting of the northern governors. Yeah. One fallout was that the governors are now saying with one voice, go back to that idea of having a state police in our country. Yeah. And the debate, I think, is interminable.
I agree with you. Like what we are talking now about what is going on in Ekiti State. Rural economy cannot thrive where there's no security.
Okay.
If you go to northern Nigeria too, you see where people use animal skin to produce a lot of shoes. Yeah. You see where people produce traditional drums. You see where people produce a lot of traditional things. So if we can revive our traditional economy, back up with effective security, I think we are going to go a long way. Where people can move from one place.
Tannery was a great
Kano. Yeah, you know, in the past, people will take Adire from here. In the night, they will travel to Kano because there is security. People will take what we used to call Tinko, that meat, dried meat, from Zaria, bring it back to Lagos. They will travel in the night. Yes. Today, to travel in the night is a big problem. That is why we are talking about Adire, local economy and all that. We cannot speak about this thing without also talking about security. That's why I'm glad that the state governors in the north, because who have opposed state security before, I mean state police, are now coming back to the reality that it's not a threat to you. It will improve economy.
It is what you need.
It is what you need. It will make life economy to, night economy, where people can travel from one place to the other.
After all, security, like politics, is local.
It's local. So, local people that want to develop their potentials, their indigenous knowledge, they can only be encouraged where there's effective community and state policing. So they are all linked together.
Rather than get these boys lazing about, getting recruited into
crime.
They can be deployed.
Of course, local economy has to be developed also alongside security for those who operate the system.
Yes.
So BKO, we can reinvent ourselves.
Of course, and we have to constantly innovate to get better at what we do. So, and I'm happy with what I've seen in Ekiti. In fact, in our presence, they made a design right there while we were waiting, and it looks so beautiful. So this thing is not a difficult thing, and this is our culture. We must not let it die. Those Chinese, we have to protect the local Adire fabric makers. The Chinese Adire that they are bringing into our country will never be as good as our own.
No.
So, and we need to protect them. We don't need to, we shouldn't allow them to come and dump those badly made, mass-produced Chinese Adire into our country. As a matter of a policy, we should not allow such product to come into our country, because it will eventually, if care is not taken, it will destroy the local Adire industry.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. Look at that young girl who is a trainer now. Yeah. She's now a full-time employee, and she's now involved in training other people. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. So kudos to the wife of the Ekiti State Governor for this initiative. And many years down the line, we'll be talking about this as one of the ways by which she made impact.
All right, so that's it. I guess we're done. And we want to thank you for your time. So that will be all on Journalist Hangout this Sunday. Join us tomorrow for the regular episode of the program, which kicks off at 5 p.m. You may watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11:30. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. And so on behalf of the Backroom Boys, on behalf of Babajide Kolade Otitoju, BKO, and Adewale.
Thank you.
Adeoye.
Thank you.
It's bye-bye now. I'm Citizen Jones Hussein. Take care of yourself.